Hey everybody, welcome back. Stop number 4, Mossy Oak Fishing Recap right here on the Sabine River, Orange, Texas. Man, it's been a crazy week. We are live from the Holiday Inn Express right here in Orange, Texas. Normally I try to do these deals on the water right after weigh-in or something, give you kind of a cool little background, but there's a story while we're sitting in the hotel parking lot. So let me tell you a little bit about my week, the crazy part of my week, and then we'll get into the fishing. So the second day of the tournament, I'm staying here. Kyle Welter's here, John Cox is staying here. Several other guys affiliated with the tournament are staying here at the Holiday Inn Express this week. The second morning of the tournament, I was the first one down here. I come down, I crank my truck, and it sounds louder than my truck did when I was 16 years old in high school with glass packs. Whoa! I mean, that's what my truck sounded like. And immediately I knew somebody had cut the catalytic converter off of my Tundra. They didn't single me out. They got John Cox. There were several other Toyota Tundra promotional vehicles here staying at this hotel. They got a couple at the Hampton Inn close by. And while they were at it, just for good measure, they also took their saw and slashed one of my tires. So I woke up to no catalytic converter. My truck sounded like a drag car. And a slashed tire. So still got put in, still managed to catch some fish. You know, not the finish that I was looking for here this week, but finished up this tournament in 69th place. Before we get into the fishing, I want to thank these guys right here in the background. That is Cecil Atkinson Toyota right here in Orange, Texas. They've been super helpful. They're actually fixing all our trucks. Everybody's been super helpful. The local host here. Obviously, you know, I don't want to shine a negative light on this community. It's always great to come here, always great crowds, lots of good fishing fans around here, so definitely don't want to shine any negative light. It's just one of those things that happens. It's the world we live in, and I'm not going to lie, it made me mad. The second day of the tournament, I was out there fuming all day long because I hate a thief. I hate a thief more than anything in this world. I was raised to give anybody the shirt off my back if they need it, but I can't stand for somebody to steal from me, and I'm sure you guys are the same way. But let's get into the fishing. That's what you guys are here for, and that's what I want to talk about. Finished up this tournament 69th place. I only had 6.5 pounds the first day. I had 5 for 5.5 the second day. Never had an opportunity at a big bite, you know, and I was thinking about that. You know, it's not like I wasn't getting bit. I don't feel like I made bad decisions. I just never had an opportunity at a big one, and sometimes that's just fishing. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Somebody's going to win this tournament, and somebody had to finish in 69th place, and I was that guy this week. So, you know, I wasn't too happy the second day, and I'm still not happy. I don't ever want to finish in 69th place, but we gained a few points. You know, we're still looking all right in the Angler of the Year. Got some work to do to be where I want to be, but we're still inside the cut line as far as the Classic goes, almost halfway through the season. So we'll roll on down the road to the next one. Let's talk about how I caught what I caught this week and how I found what I found in practice. So I have a little bit of prior knowledge here. I've fished 2 other tournaments here. My second year on the Elite Series, I actually had my first top 10 right here on the Sabine River. Finished in 4th place. I caught them down in an area called Taylor's Bayou. Caught all those fish on a frog that year, and it was real close to this same time of year. So I really wanted to get back on that deal here this week, and I went down to Taylor's Bayou in practice, and it just was not happening. So we also fished here in 2018. I fished an area called Cow Bayou and Adams Bayou in 2018. I spent a day of practice in there and had a pretty good day the first day of practice. Would have had a 10 or 11 pound bag, which is really good here this week. So that's where I decided to spend most of my tournament. You know, and I was just fishing little back ditches off the main bayou, and that's what I was doing. One of my main deals, anytime we go to a tidal system, probably my biggest confidence bait and something that I feel like will always get you a lot of bites on a tidal system is just a Zoom Super Fluke. That was probably what I weighed in the most keepers on the 2 days that I was fishing. I rig it up on a 2/0 Mustad grip pin big bite. I use 10-pound vicious no fade braid. I use 12-pound Vicious Pro Elite fluorocarbon leader. This is new for me this year. I'm using all Enigma reels this year. I've known Jesse Tecarani for a long time. He's the owner over there at Enigma. Also a fellow Elite Series guy. This is the Epon IP20. Really a good spinning reel. I'm liking these reels. The price point on them, you can't beat them. And I'm just using his reels now, and I've got something new coming on rods. I can't tell you guys about it yet, but it's going to be really, really exciting. We're looking at launching it at ICAST, so stay tuned for that for sure. But that was the setup there. That Super Fluke, man, it'll get you a lot of bites on a tidal system, and it'll make those fish react when I feel like they won't react to a lot of other things. And then on the second day of the tournament, we had some wind, we had some clouds, and I started getting some bites on a spinnerbait. You know, really a key deal in past years on this system has been a little small, like a 1/4 ounce spinnerbait. And I actually found this little spinnerbait in a local tackle store. I don't have any idea who made it. I just thought it looked really good. It's a little 1/4 ounce homemade spinnerbait. It's got a good mustad hook in it. Got little small Indiana, Colorado blades, chartreuse and white. Putting a little zoom split tail on the back of it, just throwing it around on 12-pound Vicious fluorocarbon. Didn't want to overpower it at all. This is the Enigma Epon, the IP100, 7:3 to 1 on the gear ratio. That's what I like on my spinnerbaits, and a 7'2" medium heavy rod. And I mean, that's just a good deal just for covering water and trying to find fish, you know. So that was another key deal for me. I think I caught 3 or 4 of the 5 that I weighed on the second day on that little spinnerbait. And you know, it's a small profile, but I feel like you need that on a place like this where you're not necessarily fishing for great big fish. You know, a 2.5 pounder is a big one on the Sabine River. So that's how it shook out for me. Like I said, 69th place, not what we wanted, but we still got some points. We'll roll on to the next one. I'm fixing to point my Tundra east to Tennessee. As soon as I get it back from the muffler shop, we'll get that catalytic converter all fixed up. Again, I want to say thank you to these guys right back here for all their help, and Toyota for all their help getting us all fixed up. It's all good. Life's good. Y'all stay tuned. Thank you for following along. I'll see you next time right here on the Mossy Oak Fishing Recap.